हाय एवरीवन। सो आज हम लोग एक प्लान के बारे में आज जानेंगे। सो उस प्लान का नाम है फिनका। सो उसको हम अलग अलग नाम से जानते हैं। जैसे आसाम में उसको बोलता है नयनतोरा, और उसको पेरिंकल भी बोलता है। और हर जगह में उसका नाम अलग अलग होता है। सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी अबाउट a drug which name is Vinca. So this Vinca is falls under indole types of alkaloid, and this drug is found almost everywhere in India. We are using this plant for our ornamental purposes also. So let us see. So ये जो भिनका अल्कलॉइड है और भिनका जो ड्रग है उसको कहाँ पे मिलता है? So we know that this drug is indigenous to Madagascar. ये मादागास्कर में ही पहले मिलता था, और उसमें ये बहुत सारा पाए जाते थे। But now or later on it is cultivated in most of the country, including South Africa, India, USA, Europe, Australia and Caribbean island. So ये ड्रग सिर्फ मेडिसिनल यूजेस के बारे में जानते हैं, और उसका जो मेडिसिनल प्रॉपर्टी है, एस हम लोग पढ़ेंगे। सो उसका बहुत सारा मेडिसिनल प्रॉपर्टी है, और उसके वजह से भी उसको कल्टीवेट किया जाता है, और उसको ऑर्नामेंटल पर्पस से भी उसको कल्टीवेशन किया जाता है। सो अभी तो हम लोग का हर जगह पे मिलता है। शायद आप लोग का घर में भी होगा, आसपास में भी होगा। सो यू कैन फाइंड एवरीवेयर, इवन इन नियर बाय टू योर हाउस होल्ड और एवरीवेयर। So why we need to study? Because we have to know the plants. If we study only in the book, it is not sufficient, as it should have some applicable in our day-to-day life. So that's why we need to study the drug. But we have to know it also. We have to identify which is Vinca and where it is found. So next हम लोग अभी जानेंगे कि इसका हिस्टोरिकल इफेक्ट और इसका हिस्ट्री ये कहाँ से आया है। सो ट्रेडिशनली इसको दिस ये प्लांट को डायबिटीज के लिए यूज किया जाता था, बट डायबिटीज का जो यूजेस होता था उसका साइंटिफिक बेसिस उसको प्रूव नहीं कर पाया। मीन्स इट वाज यूज बिफोर एज एंटी डायबिटिक ड्रग, but it cannot be proven as anti-diabetic drug. And in later on, in 1955 and 1960, so Canadian worker they have discovered that it is having ल्यूकोफेनिक एक्शन इन रैट। सो बाद में उसको मालूम पड़ा है कि उसको ल्यूकोफेनिक एक्शन है इन रैट में, जो ल्यूकोमा में भी काम करता है उसका, जो इट इज एक्ट एज एंटी ल्यूकोमिनिक एजेंट्स। सो इसके बाद इली लिली और उनका जो कलिग थे, तो उन लोगों ने 4 इंडोल एल्कलॉइड रिपोर्ट किया था। तो उसका मीन्स they have reported later on they have found the anti-leucomic activity in rat, and later on that Eli Lilly and his colleague They have reported four indole alkaloid, including Vinca, leucoplastin, leurosin, leurocidin, and leucocristin. So they have reported all the four indole alkaloids, and these all four alkaloids they exhibited anti-cancer activity. So slowly and slowly, all the investigations started, and they have proven that it is not having the anti-diabetic activity, but this drug is responsible for anti-cancer activity. तो अभी हम इस ड्रग को डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे, जैसे उसका सिनोनिम क्या है, उसका बायोलॉजिकल सोर्स क्या है। सो हम अब धीरे धीरे उसके बारे में डीप में पढ़ेंगे। ओके, सो लेट अस स्टडी फ्रॉम द सिनोनिम्स। सो ऐसे मैं पहले ही बोला था कि उसको हम अलग अलग नाम से जानते हैं। जैसे उसको हम पेरिंकल से भी जानते हैं, सदाबहार नाम से भी जानते हैं। देन आफ्टर उसको हम कुंतलुंग बोल के भी जानते हैं। सो उसका अलग अलग नाम होता है। सो सिनोनिम्स, these are the different synonyms. They are known by different names in different area. So it may be in our India, in different state, they may be called by different name. Okay, and in other country, it may be called by different names. So biological source. Now let's see about the biological source. Biological source means what? So in the biological source, mainly you have to know three things. Okay, so first one is from where you are getting the vincristine or vinblastin, means its active constituent. Okay, then what is its scientific name? Then after, what is its family? So this thing you have to know it. Means from which part of the plants you will get the maximum phytoconstituent. So this phytoconstituent, just like vincristine, vinblastin, they can be present in every part of the plants, but we have to know in which part of the plant we can get the maximum active constituents. Okay, so now let us see. So Vinca is obtained from dried whole plants of Catharanthus roseus. So you can get the Vinca alkaloid, all the alkaloid which are present in the Vinca plants. Okay, so you can get from the whole plants, and it is also known as Vinca rosea. Okay, and it's belonging to the family Apocynaceae. So it's belong to the family Apocynaceae. So they may ask you, so write the family of Vinca rosea. So you should know with that it's belong to the family Apocynaceae. And sometimes they may ask you what is the scientific name of Catharanthus, means Vinca. So then you have to tell that Vinca is obtained from the species Catharanthus roseus. Okay, so this thing we have to know it, because we have to know the scientific name of each and every plant. Okay, then only we can identify the what are the phytoconstituents may be present in that Vinca. Now let us see its microscopic study of that leaf. So basically that upper surface shows the single layer of rectangular cell, epidermis cell. You can find the epidermis cell in this when you will do the TS of leaf, then you can find that upper surface. Upper surface में क्या होगा, एक single layer का epidermal cell होगा, और उसके बाद you can see that there may be this trichomes. This trichomes present is covering trichomes. Then you can see the polyset cell. Okay, So polysaccharide cell is made of single layer. So single layer of polysaccharide cell you will find here, polysaccharide cell. Then after spongy parenchyma, 5 to 8 layers. So this is a spongy parenchyma. So you can, this spongy parenchyma you can find 5 to 8 layers. Then after xylem and phloem present at the center. This is the xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem you can, it is present in the center. Then the stomata. So you will find what type of stomata? So you can find the anisocytic type of stomata in Vinca leaves. So this is one of the identification characteristic or histological characteristic of Vinca. So you can identify the adulterant by studying the stomata of leaves. So if you get this type of histological, means microscopic structure, so you can determine that this is the Vinca leaves. Okay, so but there is you won't find any calcium oxalate in Vinca leaves. Okay, so you have to be very careful while studying the drug or we're identifying drug. So there are so much adulterants now using by the different industries. Okay, so now let us see about the chemical constituent. So more than 150 alkaloid has been isolated from Catharanthus roseus. So अभी तक 150 alkaloid फिंका रोजिया से आइसोलेट किया हुआ है, बट उसमें से मेन कंपाउंड है एक्चुअली vincristine and vinblastine. So vincristine and vinblastine are the main active constituent of this Vinca rosea or this Vinca. So this vincristine is combination of indole alkaloid catharanthine and vindoline. So this catharanthine and vindoline, when they will join together, then it will form the vinblastine. So vincristine is structurally similar to vinblastine, but it has a formyl group rather than methyl group on indole nitrogen in vindoline derivative portion. So this vincristine will have formyl group in place of methyl group on indole nitrogen in the vindoline derivative portion. So the other alkaloid we can find in we will find in this Vinca rosea. So they are just like this asmalacine, locnerine, serpentine, tetrahydroalstonine. So these are the different phytoconstituents along with the vincristine and vinblastine you can find in Vinca alkaloid. So now I think you know what are the active constituent of Vinca alkaloid. So this Vinca rosea mainly contain two very important phytoconstituent, that is vincristine and vinblastine. Okay, then after you can find just like asmalacine, locnerine, serpentine and other also, but main active constituent is vincristine and vinblastine. So now let us see the structure of vinblastine and vincristine. So here you can see this is the vinblastine. So methyl group will be present, and this is formyl group will be present. Okay, here. So you can see, and this is vindesin. So these are the some compounds which are present in Vinca rosea. So now let us see about the uses. Okay. So ये अभी जो इसका थेरापीटिक यूजेस क्या है हम लोग को जानना है. हम लोग तो जान लिया उसको कहाँ मिलता है, उसके अंदर में क्या क्या रहता है, क्या क्या फाइटोकॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट रहता है. इसके अलावा हम लोग को जानना है अभी हम लोग क्यों इसको पढ़ रहे हैं, उसका इम्पोर्टेंस क्या है, उसको हम फार्माकोलॉजिकल और थेराप्यूटिक कौन सा काम के लिए यूज करते हैं. सो एज आई टोल्ड यू इन द हिस्टोरिकल पोर्शन इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ फिनका अल्कलॉइड, सो ये एक्चुअली एंटी कैंसर ड्रग, it is used as anti-cancer drug. So, okay, so this vincristine is mainly used for the treatment of Hodgkin diseases and non-Hodgkin lymphomas. Okay, so in this is actually this vincristine for the adult only. In case of adult, it is used for the treatment of Hodgkin diseases and non-Hodgkin lymphomas. But this vincristine in case of child, okay, so it is used for the treatment of acute leukemia. So acute lymphocytic leukemia in case of child. Okay. So this Christian, how what is the mechanism of action? How it work? Okay. So this vincristine sulfate, this is the anti-neoplastic agent. Okay. So as we know, this is also called anti-cancer compounds. So it is worked by arresting the mitosis at metaphase. Okay. So as you know, the cell cycle, cell division. So it arrests the mitosis of at the metaphase. So when will it will arrest at uh, mitosis at metaphase stage. So metaphase. So what will happen? It will block the cell division. So this is very important. Okay. So it's mechanism of action. So they may ask you in your exam, what are the different uses of this Vinca rosea or Vinca alcohol, just like vincristine and vincristine. So we have to remember that vincristine is used for the treatment of leukemia, acute lymphocytic leukemia in case of children, and for in case of adult, उसको use करता है non means Hodgkin diseases. Okay. So in case of Hodgkin diseases, और ये how it's work, ये कैसे काम करता है, वो क्या करता है, जो मेटाफेज है ना, वो माइटोसिस स्टेज में उसको बंद कर देता है. ओके. सो इट विल ब्लॉक द सेल डिवीजन. शब्द. So this Vinca alkaloid is also having other uses, just like anti-hypertensive or anti-diabetic. So in our हम लोग का जो we have studied in history, okay, so it is earlier used as anti-diabetic drug, but they could not prove, and still now we could not prove its anti-diabetic effect scientifically. So now let us see that the marketed product. So there are different marketed product available. Okay, there are different dosage form which are available in the market. Now you can visualize from this picture. Okay, so these are the just like xylocrystine, okay, and there are other also dosage form which are available in the market. Okay, so this is xylocrystine is prepared by the Cipla company. So what now doses? हाँ, कितना उसको यूज करना है, कैसे यूज करना है. सो फिन ब्लास्टिन सल्फेट 10 to 30 माइक्रोग्राम पर केजी बॉडी वेट में उनको इंट्रावेनसली देना है, और मैक्सिमम 2 मिलीग्राम तक दे सकता है. सो उसको इंट्रावेनसली देता है, और मिनिमम है उसको 10 to 30 माइक्रोग्राम पर केजी बॉडी वेट के हिसाब से उसको देना है. सो जैसे भिनप्लास्टिन सल्फेट, सो उसको सेकेंड उसको 100 माइक्रोग्राम पर केजी वेट भी इंट्रावेनसली दे सकता है. सो दिस इज अबाउट द फिनका अल्कलॉइड और फिनका रोजिया. सो अगर आपको मेरा वीडियो अच्छा लगता है तो आप कमेंट कीजिए, और आप लोग इफ यू वांट मोर वीडियो फ्रॉम दिस drug related or any other relating to the pharmacognosy or in pharmacy field, You can comment it or you can request for any other new video. Thank you.